Hey, folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we are going to take another look at the Warning show in Warsaw, Poland on June 30th of this year. Fourth show in their European tour, which has since closed, thankfully. This show, a lot of people were telling me, went really well. Granted, the whole band looks kind of warm up there. I mean, everybody's hair is up. Everybody looks slightly uncomfortable because of the obvious heat in the place. There's fans everywhere, keeping the air flowing and everything, which is good. We're going to watch Martirio today because that's one we haven't looked at yet from the European tour. I thought it'd be a good place to take a look. Adrian, do you have any thoughts ahead before we look at this?
Martirio, so we must be getting near the end of the show.
As always, it tends to be about, depending on the type of show, fourth to last, second to last, whatever. So that also explains some of the heat in there, I'm sure. How'd you like Escapism when we saw that one?
I thought it was cool. I mentioned before, I keep forgetting that they've extended this song, even though I've seen them do it 1,000 times.
So that's always fun.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's watch them knock this one out of the park, I fully expect, since that's what they usually do, regardless of how anybody's feeling. And we'll talk about it afterwards.
All righty.
A veces las cosas obvias son las más. I started wrong. ¿No? Cuando todo apunta que por fin alguien te viene a rescatar, te encuentras nuevamente abandonado. Gracias, Warsaw.
Oh, that was great. I love when the audience does that. Danny looks well and truly exhausted at the end of that one. And this is one of those rare times where we could actually catch a number of tiny mistakes, which I think can be chalked up entirely to fatigue, and the circumstances in that room being very, very hot in there. And this is their second gig in a row where it's very, very hot in the room that they're playing. And they had a third one in Munster, but, we all know what happened there. But I mean, here, they just all look like, and I caught a little section where Ale accidentally hit the wrong bass note for a moment, just a half step down. She did that once or twice in New York. Not a big deal. But I think in this case, you never hear it, and I think that it has to do directly with the circumstances of the gig. And Danny, too, I noticed she made a little mistake at the end, and then she put her head up like, I can't believe I did that. But I don't know if anybody even caught it, we've heard Martirio like 100 times at this point, so I noticed it. Wasn't that bad, but yeah, I noticed her exasperation there. So, and at the beginning, too, where she's like, did I screw that up? No? Okay, we'll keep going.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and chances are they didn't want to start over because I'm going to say Powell was probably already not feeling that great, and they were probably all hoping to get through the gig. It's like the fourth to last song at this point. They're so close to the end. They're an hour in, and I'm sure they were just hoping, let's just get through this. I'm really happy to see that the person on the camera did the sweep so that we could actually look at the crowd for a moment. I really like when that happens, just to get a sense of the room and what's going on in there. And so that was great. That was great. Overall, I really enjoyed the performance, but I could tell that they were really struggling in this room.
I thought she was still pretty seriously rocking that guitar solo.
Oh, yeah. That is their standard setting, is rocking it and doing it well.
Yes.
Being very, very solid, even under adverse conditions. It's almost like their superpower. They can do that. So big kudos to them for doing that and playing in these conditions, which were very adverse. Several of the dates on this tour, unfortunately, were adverse. Some weren't. Some were triumphs and were fun, it looked like. But yeah, this one, a little tougher. But it is nice to see it back anyway and just kind of relive that moment, kind of look at the timeline, see where it was and all that, and understand, they're only human, and I would almost move that touring itself as an inhuman thing to be doing. Oh, I know that people make a lifetime of it, but do it wrong and it shortens lives. We've seen that too. Like too many occasions we can observe the timeline of like the lower lifespan for those that aren't very, very serious about staying healthy and doing touring right, So anyway, and that's mostly the old, the boomers, the old guard. The newer ones seem to be doing a much better job at it. And I'm glad they're home. I'm glad they're home for a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Sleep in their own beds, eat their own favorite foods and all of that. And just, not necessarily relax, but at least recuperate, All right. Well, any closing thoughts, Adrian?
Oh, it's just the finish of it all. That famous refrain is repeated ad infinitum by the audience. That's always good to hear.
Yeah, it's a very nice tribute to the band by the fans.
Yes.
It's really cool. All right, folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this? Of course, if you were at the show, tell us about that. If you were at one of the other gigs, tell us about that too. I've heard from some people that were like, I was supposed to be in Toulouse and they canceled. I can't believe it. But, if you're watching the news of the tour, then you know why and you understand why and all that. But my heart goes out to the people whose shows got canceled on this tour. But I mean, at least consider that you did Pow a favor, by having that happen. And if I know this band, they're going to try to find a way to come back and make it up someday. Folks, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us today. We will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.